Fermentchic is the current pinnacle of DIY food trends, a heady mix of science, self-delusion, and cabbage. It's what happens when wellness culture meets your 8th grade biology class and decides that the key to longevity, gut health, and spiritual clarity is rotting vegetables in trendy jars. Kimchi, kefir, kombucha, sauerkraut. What used to be niche probiotic side dishes are now sacred relics of the gut microbiome cult. Everyone's home smells faintly of vinegar and bravado, and no one is entirely sure if what's bubbling in their pantry is healing them or slowly becoming sentient. This isn't just about eating fermented foods. This is about creating them from scratch, with love, intention, and a complete disregard for basic refrigeration boundaries. Fermentchic is the belief that a mason jar full of aggressively tangy cabbage juice is the purest expression of modern wellness. Forget store-bought sauerkraut. That's for amateurs. Real Fermentchic practitioners are hand-massaging their own kimchi in the moonlight with gloves they knitted from hemp while whispering sweet affirmations to their SCOBY. Let's talk about the SCOBY. For the lucky few who've never been introduced, a SCOBY, symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, is a pale, gelatinous disc that looks like a jellyfish, feels like a damp pancake, and exists to turn sweet tea into kombucha and your kitchen into a biochemical war zone. SCOBYs are the unofficial mascot of Fermentchic, lovingly referred to as fermentation pets by people who clearly don't have roommates or a functioning sense of smell. These creatures reproduce endlessly, which is great news if you've always wanted your countertop to look like a petri dish and your friendships to end. Because, let's be honest, fermenting food at home changes a person. It starts with a single jar of sauerkraut. Just a fun little project, you say. A dabble in natural probiotics. But soon you're deep into brine ratios and temperature logs. You're hoarding glass jars and monitoring bubble activity like it's a newborn. Your friends stop coming over because your fridge now smells like a medieval root cellar, and you can't offer them snacks without uttering the phrase, "It's still alive." But, oh, the promises. Fermentchic disciples claim fermented foods can do everything: heal your gut, clear your skin, balance your hormones, lift your mood, and even retrain your immune system. Some whisper of a glow that comes from within, achieved only by drinking a cloudy jar of homemade kefir while barefoot in your kitchen, surrounded by slowly burping jars of pickled dreams. It's part cooking, part cult, part low-budget science experiment gone beautifully off the rails. The aesthetics of Fermentchic are also critical. We're talking rustic shelves lined with unlabeled jars that look suspiciously radioactive. Kombucha in artisanal swing-top bottles. A countertop covered in floral-printed tea towels hiding little microbial mysteries. It's all very cottagecore apocalypse survivalist, if the apocalypse involved a lot of cabbage and a desperate need for probiotics. But the dark side of Fermentchic? Oh, it's real. Things go bad. They smell bad. Sometimes, they explode. Kombucha doesn't like being ignored. People have mistaken mold for flavor. Sauerkraut batches go rogue. Entire fridges have been sacrificed in the name of gut diversity. And no one talks about the existential crisis of eating your first bite of homemade pickled garlic and realizing it tastes like regret and wet socks. You nod and say, so funky. But deep down, your taste buds are filing a formal complaint. Let's also not ignore the toll on social life. Fermentchic is isolating. Your kitchen smells weird. Your hobbies sound like something out of a plague manual. And eventually your personality starts to ferment too. You become the person who brings kombucha to parties and says things like, "Oh, I don't buy yogurt anymore," with the tone of someone who's seen things. Real things. Yogurt things. So yes, fermented foods can be great. They're nutritious, ancient, and a solid way to pretend you're doing something productive while just watching cabbage rot in slow motion. But there's a line between healthful hobby and full-blown microbial obsession, and if you've named your SCOBY or referred to your sauerkraut as her, you may have crossed it. Warning: Fermentchic may cause social isolation, excessive glass jar purchasing, kitchen chaos, home-scented vinegar ambience, and an overwhelming urge to say gut health at least 5 times per conversation. If you begin referring to your fridge as a living ecosystem, or if your countertop kombucha has formed political opinions, please seek help.